I'd like to call to order the 1,459th meeting of the President and Board of Trustees on this 15th day of October 2018. Please rise for invocation given this evening by Trustee Aaron Wilson, and please remain standing for Pledge of Allegiance led by Trustee Terry Bailey.
Let's bow our heads. Dear Lord, thank you for the safety of our residents during the flooding, and grant safety for all of our public safety officials who devote their time, energy, and service to our village. Please grant to those who serve mankind in public offices the wisdom to act always in the best interest of their constituents and never in self-interest. In your name, amen.
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 I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Will the clerk please take roll call?
Mayor Johnson.
Here.
Trustee Sykes.
Here.
Trustee Smith is absent. Trustee Kidd.
Here.
Wilson.
Here.
Bailey.
Here.
Beck.
Here.
Clerk is present. The attorney is present.
We have a quorum. I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes of the October 1st board meeting.
So made.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Are there any additions or corrections? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Minutes have been approved. Next, we have the treasurer's report from Treasurer Bradley Robeson.
Thank you, Your Honor. The Treasurer's report as of October 10th, 2018 reflected the total of all funds to be $14,254,349.13. A copy of the report is available at the back of the room. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. I'll entertain a motion to accept the treasurer's report.
So made.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Any motion and second to approve? Is there any discussion? Hearing none? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Treasurer's report has been approved. Next, we have communications from Clerk Lori Mitchell.
Thank you, Your Honor. These may seem untimely, but we have almost 3 weeks in between meetings. So first thing I'd like to remind the community, trick-or-treating in the village will be Thursday, October 31st from 5 until 7:30 p.m. Residents are encouraged to slow down and be especially alert in residential neighborhoods. Parents, please check your children's treats to ensure their safety. And before we meet again, which is November 5th, we will turn our clocks back on November 4th to Central Standard Time. So next time we meet, it'll probably be dark when we adjourn. That's all, Your Honor.
Thank you. Next, we have the warrant. Trustee Joe Sykes.
Thank you, Your Honor. I present the warrant in the amount of $543,174.74 and move for its authorization.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the bills. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, will the clerk please take roll call?
Trustee Kidd.
Aye.
Wilson.
Aye.
Bailey.
Aye.
Beck.
Aye.
Sykes.
Aye.
5 ayes, no nays, and 1 absent.
Bills have been approved. Next, we'll have administrative reports. Got a brief couple of things I want to share with everyone. Once again, our village has suffered another significant flooding event of the Rock River. As of today, the river level was roughly about 12 foot. Flood stage is around 10 foot at Latham Gauge. It continues to fluctuate near the 12-foot mark for the past several days. I hope it will start receding soon. I would like to thank our entire staff, especially Village Administrator Tim Savage and Public Works Director Chad Hunter for their help coordinating relief efforts for the residents over the Columbus Day weekend when the flood escalated. I would also like to thank Lieutenant Pete Del Pra for coordinating the sandbag operation and organizing the Winnebago County Inmates Work Release Program for this cause. I myself worked along Mr. Nick Hammond and his son Logan Hammond for almost 2 hours on Sunday, October 7th, filling sandbags and helping load up pickup trucks for the residents. He and his son had worked several hours previous to this thing. In fact, I think he said he worked about 8 hours that day, so I really appreciate their effort. I know there's I know there's many more individuals that helped during this time of need, and I'd like to personally thank everyone who helped during this stressful time for the residents. It was wonderful to see residents come together to help their fellow neighbors. On a positive note, the village helped relocate 105 families over the last several years with the FEMA grant funds. This means that less people were impacted this time than previous years. The village continues to apply for FEMA funds when they become available, and we hope we can help even more families along the river in the future. On Wednesday, October 4th, my wife and I attended a dinner hosted by Cub Scouts Pact 207. They hold their meetings at the Riverside Community Church every Wednesday. The Cub Scouts asked several questions about our government and provided us with a delicious meal. I would like to thank the troop leaders for inviting us. It was a pleasure to interact with such courteous and respectful young men. The future certainly looks brighter with these young men leading the way. On Saturday, October 27th, the village will hold its third annual Touch a Truck, Trunk and Treat event. It will be held in the front of the Machesney Town Center from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. There will be fire trucks, police cars, ambulance, school bus, garbage trucks, dump trucks, construction equipment, and more. Kids will be able to sit in the vehicles and parents will be able to take pictures. We'll also have 15th and Chris on site for people to be able to purchase food from the food truck. Be sure to have the kids wear their hot Halloween costumes as the trucks will be passing out candy. I hope to see many people there during this event. Continuing on with the administrative reports, next would be Attorney Tom Green.
I have no report, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you. Next would be Village Administrator Tim Savage.
Thank you. As you had briefly touched on there, we have been responding to the high levels of the Rock River. And it was a coordinated effort between the Sheriff's Department and the village. The river crested at 13.2 last week, and we provided 60 to 70 yards of sand for residents, making available sandbags and sand for their usage. So we are now entering the cleanup stage of the event. Later this week, it's expected that the river will drop below the 10-foot minor flood stage, and we'll be putting out dumpsters and cleaning up roads and doing what we can to assist with any debris that happens to come out in the roadway. So again, thanks to the Sheriff's Department for their help. It was very good of you to contribute to that. And on the APP grant, we are continuing to take down the abandoned properties. We're in the process, just finishing up with the first 5 that are in need of demolition, and there are 5 more on the alternate list that we'll be taking down as part of Phase 2. Thank you.
Thank you. Next would be Community Development Director James Richter.
Thank you, Your Honor. The fall newsletter is going out this week. Copies just came in today from the printer, so we found it timely to place a copy in your hands tonight. As you can see, the cover articles feature the upcoming advisory referendum regarding leaf burning, and then another article about the leasing progress at JCPenney. We think that residents would want to know about these things, and this is a great avenue to provide information about those important topics here in town. You may have seen some changes occurring at the former BP station at the north end of town at 251 in Forest Hills. A new operator has signed a 5-year lease for that station and will be occupying it within the next 15 days or so. We worked with that operator to remove their non-conforming sign that was really in tough shape, as well as to require some exterior and interior store upgrades to really kind of freshen the place up. The car wash will not be open initially. That They may have plans for that in the future, but right now they'd just like to get the convenience store and the gas station up and going. They will not have diesel to get started. And they will be seeing you in the near future for a liquor license. And then finally, construction continues on the TLC Assisted Living project, as you've probably seen when you drive by. Currently, the work is occurring on the slab and the foundation, as well as they're pouring forms. They have forms for pouring the concrete stairways and elevator chases. Those are those large, tall structures you see them. You will be seeing steel come in the near future, next couple of weeks, and soon thereafter, the building shell will start to be put in place. The developer just submitted their plans for the build-out of the interior of it, so the mechanical, electrical, plumbing. And so we'll get reviewing on those, or start reviewing those, and hopefully be able to issue permits in the near future. So we'll keep you posted on the status of that project, but it's moving forward. That's all I have. Thank you.
Very good news, thank you. Next would be Superintendent of Public Works, Chad Hunter.
Thank you. Just a few updates on the road projects. The Victory Lane project, the curb is going in tomorrow, and they plan on shaping stone later this week. The Scott Lane and Cadet, they're finishing up concrete work this week and plan on paving next week. And then lastly, Quantum Court, they performed a line amendment today, and then plan on shaping stone this week and then paving next week. And lastly, I would like to just say thank you to NTRAC Group and the county for supplying the sand for the sandbag operations. Thank you.
Thank you. Next would be Public Safety Supervisor, Lieutenant Pete Delpra.
Thank you, Your Honor. During the month of September, the Sheriff's Police in Machesney Park made 602 community contacts. Deputies made 355 traffic stops where they issued 167 traffic citations. 11 of those were for DUI. Deputies located and tagged 21 inoperable vehicles during the month of September as well. And lastly, thank you to Administrator Savage and Superintendent Hunter for all of their help, and I appreciate it greatly. If anyone else needs anything, please let us know, and we'll do what we can.
Thank you. Yep, thank you so much.
Thanks, sir. It's back on. Thank you, Tim.
Yep. Thank you. Next would be committee and trustee reports. Does any trustee have a report this evening? Hearing none, next would be consent agenda. Would the staff present all items to be considered in the consent agenda?
Thank you. We have item A, Resolution 48R18, that authorizes the plat officer to sign Plat 14 of the Willow Creek Business Park. Item B, Resolution 59R18, authorizing the reimbursement to North Park Water District for the engineering design of the Weststone Water Tower. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Are there any items the trustee would like removed from the consent agenda to be considered separately? Hearing none, the consent agenda has been accepted as presented. I'll entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda.
So made.
Second.
A motion and a second. Will the clerk please take a roll call?
Trustee Wilson.
Aye.
Bailey.
Aye.
Beck.
Aye.
Sykes.
Aye.
Kidd.
Aye.
Mayor Johnson.
Aye.
6 ayes, no nays, and 1 absent.
Consent agenda has been approved. Next would be unfinished business, having none. Next would be new business, having none. Next would be public comment. Is there anyone in the audience who would like to address the board for the good of the village? Hearing none, next is adjournment. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So made.
Second.
Is there a motion and a second? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. We are adjourned.